defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And some strong running. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing is Hurts. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Here's Swift. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Swift again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught. It's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-zip. And that flag accepted.
Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Eagle defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
On first down, Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. sticking with Walker on second down. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. You look at this Eagle defense.
Yeah, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Geno. Outright to Smith and Jigba. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Walker now on first and 10.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Eagles 14. Seahawks nothing.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. Geno now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. Stays on his feet. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Out of the gun, Smith. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A give for Walker running right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Seahawks had 10-3 on the year, and they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks 1st down as he'll be brought down just outside the red zone. Mark him at the 21.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Still going. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest-Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Reed wrestling ahead. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And going right back to Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That is taken in by the tight end Finn. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown. Noah Finn with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They go play action with Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Unable to, and he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll kick.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Running right, here's Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On the move to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this is caught. It's Brown. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Elliott on for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Walker showing the power, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. They run again with Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Smith now on second down. He completes this to Walker. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now Geno on first down. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson, Smith and Jigba. 26 yards. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for two. Geno's going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Sidney Brown with it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional.
And this is taken in at the 5. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. And
this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And that is incomplete here.
Again, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they start. And now off to the races down the right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8.
53.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Smith on 1st down.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Throwing is Hurts.
Over the middle here to Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two.
Down, Eagle.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Hurts to throw.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
63.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Swift.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
And my goodness, another interception. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Again, it's Walker. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Sidney Brown with it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. From the gun, it's Hurts. And now here is another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
They're not in any rush offensively. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.